at 4:30, thousands of couples are vying to be America's favorite couple. The winners could live right here in the Finger Lakes, making it 20 grand and a feature story in Variety magazine. News 10 NBC's Christy Blake spoke with the happy couple about their love story that started decades ago.
I'm going to let Chris tell you because she's really good at it, better than me with her ways of romantic that.
Richard and Christine met at the Rochester McCurdy's department store in 1974. They were just 18 and 19 years old.
We both worked there and we dated for a little bit, and unfortunately we went our separate ways.
It took love and loss to bring them back together.
I had lost my wife 5 years prior.
Richard's life was changed July 2003 when he was the recipient of a liver transplant. Since then, he's been educating others on the power of organ donation. That's what brought him to Strong Hospital, where he stumbled into Christine in 2021.
My late husband was in the hospital, and that's when I ran into Richard.
Christine said goodbye to her late husband weeks later.
I never thought about until my husband had passed away.
She later got a call about donating her late husband's tissues, bones, and corneas.
And now I'm so glad that I did that. I also am listed now as an organ donor on my license. So I think it was just all meant to be.
That was the beginning of their new take on life and love.
And then I contacted Richard months later. We met for lunch.
And it seems like the butterflies before a first date never really go away.
And I think that's the first thing that came out of my mouth. I said,
Right.
I don't know what I'm doing.
Right.
Because she told me, you're nervous. And I go, I don't know what I'm doing.
On our first official lunch.
I just couldn't believe it because she looked the same, we just age.
Yeah,
That's
can you
all,
believe that?
And that's the first thing that came out of my mouth was, you age so well.
One lunch date turned into them buying a home and saying I do in a St. Petersburg, Florida courthouse.
The thing with us, we know that I'm almost 70. Richard is 70. We know we don't have 30, 40 years left together, but the time that we do have, we never argue. We just have a ball. It's just great.
Really, how can you see that and not smile the whole entire time? So they tell me it's not about the money, but if they made it to the end, they would use that grand prize to go on a great big family vacation. They would buy a few new things for the house, and they tell me they would not forget spoiling their kids and grandkids, Nikki.
They're adorable and so crazy that they met at the hospital after all those years. And it really sounds like they're making organ donation awareness a big part of their lives and this competition.
That's absolutely right. And Richard looked at me towards the end of our conversation. He pointed at Christine and said, this is my greatest gift, is what organ donation gave to me. And Christine made it a point to say that organ donation is so important because being a donor not only saves lives, but making sure you are one takes the choice and the decision off of your family.
It does. And you can do it on your license here in New York State. Super easy. Voting, by the way, it closes at 10 o'clock tonight, so you have a few more hours to get Richard and Christine your vote. You can find the link in this story on